Okay, let's cruise through a bit of agriculture. Now, in this discipline of the countryside, of farming, should not be missing scrupulosities, or the Loeb says scrupulous exactitudes of this type. So you shouldn't be missing over exactitudes. But what is said, this actually can be dative or ablative. It's ablative, I'd say. According to Fat Minerva, or Minerva's some goddess, although something may happen that's useful to the villicus, again that's the bailiff or overseer, a presage, a useful foreseeing of future time, if he has the persuasion, or if he's persuaded that sometimes beforehand and sometimes after and sometimes even in that stated day itself, the force of stars, again the horoscope and all that stuff, either of the rising or setting of them, they have some influential force. Okay, so it's just talking about stars and etc. For satisfactorily provident he will be to him who has permission or is allowed to know suspect times, to beware of them, many days in advance, it looks like here. I just saw a thing about a chicken that used to warn a guy in Afghanistan or something when there were enemy around. So anyway, if this guy's whatever providence he can use, probably of the stars or any other ability, if he knows what's going to happen in advance. 2. And so we instruct that what must be done also in a month or each month, sic correlative ut, accommodating the works to the times or season of the countryside, as the status of the heavens or the weather permits. That's when it should be suitable for the time. Various mutations or changes of which the skies, if the villicus has been advised from this commentary, either he will never be deceived or certainly will not frequently be caught off guard. And we should not descend or go away from the best bard. I guess it's Virgil who he says, this must be a quote, "Let him begin to proscindere, or plough the ground with spring new beginning." Now, the beginning of a new spring, the rusticus, the farmer, ought not to observe thus, just as the way or how an astrologer does, as he's awaiting for that certain day when it is said to be the beginning of spring. But something he should assume he should take from part of winter, so he should use part of winter time. Since when winter is now consummated, it's pretty well done after the middle of winter, and now the year is beginning to intempescate, get warmer, and permits in warmer days some works to be done. 3. Therefore, he is able from the Ides of January, as he can observe the beginning month of the Roman year, he can do some duties of his agriculture, which are auspicious for this month. It's the new year, so anyway, of which some residual stuff from his former works he can consume, he can finish off, and other things which are belonging to future times he can begin. So after the new year, finish off the former things he had to do and start doing things for the future. So that's Northern Hemisphere. However, satis it will be through half months, whatever business there is to be followed up or done, do it in half months, 14 to 15 days, because neither should a work done really fast, it'll be able to be done too immature. So on the farm, you don't want things done too early. Before the 15 days, that's the half months, 15 days done, nor again for the same amount of time to be too late. So you don't want things done 15 days too early or 15 days too late in the countryside. Bit of a list. Ides of January, the tempestas, the weather is ventosa, windy, and an uncertain state. Calends of February, that many days before, the tempest is uncertain, weather's uncertain. that many days before the calendar of February, the sun transits into Aquarius. Leo, the lion, begins early in the morning to set. The Africus, sometimes the Auster, comes with rain. Auster and Africus are south winds. Africus is a bit western, southwest. That many days before the calendar of February, the beginning of February, Cancer the crab desists in setting. It's wintry. How many days before the calendar of February? Aquarius begins to rise. Southwest wind signifies a storm. That many days before the calendar of February, the Fidicula. Fidus is a stringed instrument. This is a diminutive, so it's like another one of these star signs. It must have to do with stringed instruments. It sets. The day is rainy. Part 5. Pristini Sidereus. So from the setting of these pristine stars, apparently it's a whale is one of the signs. This signifies a storm. Sometimes even it is stormy. So forebodes a bit of storm. Sometimes it does. Okay, this many days before February, that which is in the pector of the lion, the bright star, it sets. Sometimes it signifies rain. Winter is split in half here, halfway through. 5 days before February, the Auster, it's the south wind or the southwest wind. It's winter with pluvial days. This day, 3 days before, another star sign. This is the dolphin, begins to occultare. The Fidicula, the stringed instrument star sign, it sets, it signifies. So all of these, the lion and dolphin, etc., they're on capitals, but Pristini Sidereus isn't, even though it's the whale, so I guess it should be. Here we go. The day before the calendar February, of those things which are above, setting of the stars makes a storm. Sometimes it only tentamodo signifies it. So we'll look at this. Pristinus, or if you take the R out, Pistrinus, is of fish. There's also the priest for Pistrix, of or belonging to a whale. So Pistris for Pistrix, of belonging to the constellation of the whale, post Augustine. And it mentions Columella here from the Occasu Pristini Sidereus. And that's it for the day.